Hi, I'm Giancarlo.
And I'm Felicia.
This is a review of
Serpent Stones.
In Serpent Stones, players play as a master priest of ancient Aztec warrior houses and guardians of the sacred teotl stones. In the box you'll find a Serpent Stones game cloth, 6 double-sided teotl stone tokens, 72 cards including 18 cards for each house, Jaguar and Eagle, 9 animal strikes, 9 animal captures, 6 extra draw, 6 forced discards, and 6 sacrifices. You'll also find the End of the Fifth Sun expansion components, which are 4 skull wall barriers, and an extra 8 cards broken down into 1 eagle strike, 1 butterfly capture, 2 skull walls, 2 stop sacrifice, and 2 move cards. Send your warriors, order maneuvers, and invoke spells from gods whose names are long-winded and near impossible to pronounce to retrieve 3 teotl stone from the opposing warrior house, and you'll win.
This game is best played with the expansion in our opinion. So for our review, we'll show you its setup and gameplay. Add the additional cards to the standard 72 card deck of Serpent Stones. Shuffle the deck and fan out the cards face down. The first player to draw a warrior card, either Jaguar or Eagle, will become the first player and will place the game cloth in the middle of the table with his house temple stone row closest to him. Both players now take the 3 double-sided stone tokens and place it on their appropriate side stacked up in the center of their temple row, space known as the keystone. Now retake the cards, shuffle them again, and deal out 7 to each player, placing the rest face down on its appropriate space. Players now have to choose and discard 2 cards from their hands, so they're left with 5. Now take the skull walls, and the first player may choose to put 1 on any space, known as Serpent Stone, except for a temple stone or keystone. Then the second player has a choice of doing so as well. You're now ready to play.
The objective is to build a serpent chain of warriors from your temple to the opponent's keystone to take one of their teotl stone. But be careful, because if you ever run out of cards, it's an auto loss for that round and your opponent will take one of your stones. Each player turns consists of drawing a card and playing a card. If the deck runs out of cards during the draw phase, simply reshuffle it and draw a card. Playing a card is the foundation of the game. So let's look at a card's anatomy and type to better make out the selection of what cards we want to play. Warrior cards are either Jaguar or Eagle warriors, but that doesn't mean that the only player controlling the said house can play that type of warrior. As a Jaguar player, I can play an Eagle warrior. What does matter is the facing to show what house that warrior is working for. Simply play a warrior with his arrows facing the adversary to show that your card is in your team. The exception to this rule is you can only play a warrior from your house in your temple row, and you can only start a serpent chain from your temple. So do keep at least 1 warrior from your house in your starting hand.
Let's take a look at the animal strike and capture cards. These can only be played on opposing warriors that occupy a serpent stone adjacent to a player's active warrior cards. An active warrior is any warrior that is tethered by the serpent chain of warriors back to their temple. Should a warrior break free from the chain, he is inactive until he's connected again. Now strike cards are colored in red, while captured cards are colored in green. Strike cards remove opposing warriors, while capture cards rotate warriors, claiming them to your side. Lots of treachery in Aztec times. The area of effect of a card is denoted by the symbol on the top left corner. Every opposing warrior in the area of effect will suffer the card's consequence. Notice that some, by rotating the card, will affect different parts of Serpent Stones. And yes, you can choose on which side the card is played.
Now let's take a look at the teotl cards or god cards. These are played directly to the discard while the active player chooses whether or not the effect is triggered. They are, with the expansion cards included, extra card, which lets you draw an extra card, force discard, which forces your opponent to discard a card. This one might make you win the round should your opponents only have 1 card left. Skull wall, which lets you summon a wall token on any unoccupied serpent stone. Move warrior, useful to move any warrior in adjacent space, effectively used to clear the way, make an opposing warrior become inactive, or making one of yours be active again. And the last 2, sacrifice and stop sacrifice. Sacrifice is a very important aspect of the game.
When a player plays the Sacrifice God card, he must immediately place another of his cards on their Sacrifice Stone 1 space. His turn now ends. On his next turn, the player draws a card as usual and must either play the card sacrificed and then play another card from their hand, effectively playing 2 cards this turn, or initiate another sacrifice. By discarding another sacrifice god card, he can place another card on their sacrifice stone, 2, which means next round he'll effectively be playing 3 cards. This can give you a huge advantage by playing 3 warrior cards and reaching the opponent's keystone, giving you the round win. The drawback is that sacrificing cards will lower your hand size and make you an easier target for the forced discard ability. Note that we also choose to play with the sacrifice and hold variant, which offers us the ability to hold a sacrifice as opposed to forcing us to play it on the next turn, and offers us the chance to turn a sacrifice into a double sacrifice on subsequent turns. This, however, will make it an easier target to the Stop Sacrifice God card, which will make you discard all sacrificed cards to their discard without their effects being triggered. Eventually, one house will reach the opponent's keystone. They take their stone and place it in the circular stone captured space near their temple row, and a new setup round is followed. First player to capture 3 wins.
Serpent Stone is an elegant 2-player game offering players different choice per turn. But sometimes the cards are just not with you, and should you have the bad luck of not drawing any capture cards as they are extremely powerful, puts you in a disadvantageous spot. Worse, should you have had the misfortune to not draw any of your warrior cards in your starting hand, well, only thing you can play is god cards, while your opponent has a huge lead in creating his Serpent chain. We quickly remedied this by allowing a player to mulligan his first hand should that occur. But the luck of the draw is really the only thing we didn't like about the game. We enjoyed the tactics and gameplay and coming up with the crucial timing of when to perform a sacrifice. We quickly learned to appreciate the subtle, seemingly simple mechanic of just playing a card and how to best utilize it to strike a decisive blow on your opponent. And I personally like the little detailed touches to the game that boosted its thematic experience. The game cloth, as opposed to a game board, gave it a more South American feel, as fabric was a huge part of their culture. And the fact that technically, when you play a guard card, you need to speak the god's name for its effect to trigger was nice touch. I mean, we gave up on it because we couldn't pronounce any of the gods' names, but hey, you might be a linguistic student and want to brush up, or you just want a challenge. Cardstock is good, stone tokens are nice and sturdy as well as the skull wall tokens, and the rulebook is pretty straightforward, and personally I would have liked more of an ancient Aztec feel to the artwork, but it's not jarring in any way either. Watching this review should let you know if Serpent Stone is for you, and we here at BTD give it 7 apocalypto movie-like sacrifices out of 10.